Well, if you're ready to rock and roll, I need to see your best rock and roll face on the count of 3. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3, rock and roll face! Nice job, you guys! Well, welcome to 80s Punk Rock Week here at Kid Row. And before we get started, we need to do a quick rock and roll call. So, when I call your name, I need to see your fists go up in the air, and I need you to yell, "Ready, Freddy!" Let's practice that on the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, Freddy! Nice job, you guys! Okay, so remember, open up your ears and listen for your name. Can we give it up for Asher? Hi, Asher. Up next we have Calvin. Hi, Calvin. Now let's give it up for Desi. Hi, Desi. Now can we have Ezra? Hi, Ezra. Now do we have Harrison in the house? Hi, Harrison. Now can we have Hendrix? Hi, Hendrix. Up next we have Maxwell. Hi, Maxwell. Now can we have Peter? Hi, Peter. And last, but certainly not least, can we have Vera? Hi, Vera. Well, now that we know that everyone's here, let's get to rockin' and rollin'.
Hey everybody, so good to see you again. Do you notice anything different about me? Yeah, I haven't been able to go out and get my hair cut, so my hair kind of grew in a little bit. Today is the 80s we are celebrating. I'm serving you some Richard Simmons realness. You'll have to Google it. I am so excited to have your lesson today. The first thing we're going to talk about is we're going to do a little recap of dynamics. Does anyone remember what dynamics is? You? Yeah, exactly. It's how loud or how soft you get in a song. So when you're playing music with your instruments or whether you're singing or whatever you're doing, you're getting louder or softer. So for example, this is one kind of dynamic and then I'm gonna get louder. Yeah! So that's dynamics. Hope you guys don't ever forget it for the rest of your lives. I'll see you later. Bye.
All right, you guys, who's ready for the avocado song? I know I am. All right, so everyone grab your fruit pickers, get your fruit pickers, boop, 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 and lean in, and let's stay really quiet so we don't scare away the avocados. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. So first we pick avocados. Pick avocados. First we pick avocados. Pick avocados. Then we slice avocados. Slice avocados. Then we slice avocados. Slice avocados. Then we mash avocados. Mash avocados. Then we mash avocados. Mash avocados. Then we guacamole. Guacamole. Yeah, we guacamole. Guacamole. Serious face. Really good serious faces, guys. And now we have a new addition to the song specifically for this week, and it involves mullets. Now, mullets are a kind of hairstyle where you kept your hair short in the front and the sides, and you kept it long in the back. So we need to get our mullets ready for this next part of the song. So can you get your scissors out? Boop! Get your scissors out. And can you cut the mullet? Everyone cut your mullets. Cut your mullets. Nice. Now, can you get your 2 hands, boop, and get some grease or hair product, boop, and can you rub your hands together and get ready to grease the mullet? Nice. All right, now, can you get your well-greased hands and can you start to shape the mullet? Nice. Yeah, shape that mullet. All right, now, I need you to rock the mullet. So, I need to see your hands making a rock and roll sign, and I want you to go head banging back and forth. Rock your mullets. Nice job, you guys. We're gonna first cut our mullets, then we're gonna grease our mullets, and then we're gonna shape our mullets, and then we're gonna rock the mullets. All right? Okay, so now everyone lean in. And get your scissors out and get ready for your awesome haircuts. Here we go. So, first we cut the mullet. Cut the mullet. First we cut the mullet, cut, cut the mullet, then we grease the mullet, grease, grease the mullet, then we grease the mullet, grease, grease the mullet, then we shape the mullet, shape, shape the mullet, then we shape the mullet, shape, shape the mullet, then we rock the mullet, rock, rock the mullet, then we rock the mullet, rock, rock the mullet. Serious face. Nice job, you guys. All right, we're gonna do that one more time. You guys ready? All right, now lean in and get your voice really quiet and get your scissors out. And first, we cut the mullet, cut, cut the mullet. First we cut the mullet, cut, cut the mullet. Then we grease the mullet, grease, grease the mullet. Then we grease the mullet, grease, grease the mullet. Then we shape the mullet, shape, shape the mullet. Then we shape the mullet, shape, shape the mullet. Then we rock the mullet, rock, rock the mullet. Then we rock the mullet, rock, rock the mullet. Serious face. Good job, you guys! Nice job! And awesome haircuts! Alright, now let's move on to our next activity.
Hey lolly, 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 hey lolly, lolly, oh. Hey lolly, 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 hey lolly, lolly, oh. This is a silly kind of song. Hey lolly, lolly, oh. We make it up as you go along. Hey lolly, lolly, oh. Hey Asher, Asher, Asher. Hey Asher, Asher, oh. Hey Asher, Asher, Asher. Hey Asher, Asher, oh. Hey Calvin, Calvin, Calvin. Hey Calvin, Calvin, oh. Hey Calvin, Calvin, Calvin. Hey Calvin, Calvin, oh. Hey Desmond, Desmond, Desmond. Hey Desmond, Desmond, oh. Hey Desmond, Desmond, Desmond. Hey Desmond, Desmond, oh. Hey Ezra, Ezra, Ezra. Hey Ezra, Ezra, oh. Hey Ezra, Ezra, Ezra. Hey Ezra, Ezra, oh. Hey Harrison, Harrison, Harrison. Hey Harrison, Harrison, oh. Hey Harrison, Harrison, Harrison. Hey Harrison, Harrison, oh. Hey Hendrix, Hendrix, Hendrix. Hey Hendrix, Hendrix, oh. Hey Hendrix, Hendrix, Hendrix. Hey Hendrix, Hendrix, oh. Hey Maxwell, Maxwell, Maxwell. Hey Maxwell, Maxwell, oh. Hey Maxwell, Maxwell, Maxwell. Hey Maxwell, Maxwell, oh. Hey Peter, Peter, Peter. Hey Peter, Peter, oh. Hey Peter, Peter, Peter. Hey Peter, Peter, oh. Hey Vera, Vera, Vera. Hey Vera, Vera, oh. Hey Vera, Vera, Vera. Hey Vera, Vera, oh. Hey Lolly, Lolly, Lolly. Hey Lolly, Lolly, oh. Hey Lolly, Lolly, Lolly. Hey Lolly, Lolly, oh.
Alright, you guys, now we're gonna do a little bit of Hey Johnny Walker. So I need you all to get up and get ready to dance. Alright, so remember, I'm gonna be singing about Hey Johnny Walker, and when I say stop, I need you all to freeze. Alright, so remember, freeze when I say stop. Here we go. Hey Johnny Walker walking down the street. He didn't know what to do, so he stopped in front of me and said, hey boy, do your thing, do your thing. Hey boy, do your thing, and stop. Nice job, you guys. All right, you ready to go again? Here we go. Hey Johnny Walker walking down the street. He didn't know what to do, so he stopped in front of me and said, hey boy, do your thing, do your thing. Hey boy, do your thing, and stop. Nice job, you guys. All right, we're gonna go another round. You guys ready? So remember, freeze on stop. Here we go. Hey Johnny Walker walking down the street. He didn't know what to do, so he stopped in front of me and said, hey boy, do your thing, do your thing. Hey boy, do your thing, and stop. Nice job, you guys. All right, this next 2 rounds, I want you to stop on your best rock and roll face. So when I say stop, I need you to make your rock and roll faces. All right, here we go. Hey, Johnny Walker walking down the street. He didn't know what to do, so he stopped in front of me and said, hey boy, do your thing, do your thing. Hey boy, do your thing, and stop. Nice, good job, you guys. All right, we're gonna go another round, and remember, stop on your rock and roll faces. Here we go. Hey, Johnny Walker walking down the street. He didn't know what to do, so he stopped in front of me and said, hey boy, do your thing, do your thing. Hey boy, do your thing, and stop. Nice rock and roll faces. All right, for these next 2 rounds, I need you all to freeze on your silliest faces. For example, this is my silly face. So pick a silly face, lock it in your brain, and when I say stop, I want you to freeze on your silly face. All right, here we go. Hey, Johnny Walker walking down the street. He didn't know what to do, so he stopped in front of me and said, hey boy, do your thing, do your thing. Hey boy, do your thing, and stop. Nice silly faces. All right, we're gonna go another round. Here we go. Remember, freeze on your silly face. Here we go. Hey, Johnny Walker walking down the street. He didn't know what to do, so he stopped in front of me and said, hey boy, do your thing, do your thing. Hey boy, do your thing, and stop. Nice job, you guys. All right, for these last 2 rounds, I want you to freeze and stop on your best monster faces. Can you make your best monster face right now? Grrr! Nice! Here we go. Hey, Johnny Walker walking down the street. He didn't know what to do, so he stopped in front of me and said, hey boy, do your thing, do your thing. Hey boy, do your thing, and stop. Nice monster faces. All right, we're gonna go one last round. Here we go. Hey, Johnny Walker walking down the street. He didn't know what to do, so he stopped in front of me and said, hey boy, do your thing, do your thing. Hey boy, do your thing, and stop. Nice monster faces, you guys, and great dancing. All right, now let's move on to your next activity.
I'm back, and I'm here to talk about one of my favorite topics about the 80s, the music. The 80s music was so cool for me. I happen to have been there, and there was so many different kinds of music that was happening in the 80s. First, we had like punk rock. Now, punk started out in the 70s, but it became really popular in the 80s. And you would like even dress up as punks for Halloween. You know, you'd wear like a mohawk or spikes and leather jackets and stuff like that. And punk had like an attitude, and it was kind of dangerous and it was fun. Some of the punk bands that were really big was like the Clash or the Ramones. People would go to CBGB, which was a club, and they would listen to punk music, and it was amazing. The other kind of music that happened in the 80s is new wave, which is kind of like an artsy rock pop kind of feel to it. And new wave had bands like Duran Duran, The Cure, Blondie. They all played at CBGB too. It was called the new wave because it had come in like a wave, and it was this new kind of sound to music. It was kind of blending rock and pop together. Arena rock is pretty awesome because this is like the kind of rock music that like heavy metal bands and like hair bands, they would call them, because the guys in the band would have really long hair and tease it up, and it would just be all about their hair. And their guitars, like electric guitars, and they would play in arenas, which is like these big giant concert stadiums, and they would play and rock out really hard. And some of the bands like that were like Journey or Motley Crue or Def Leppard. These were like some of the really exciting bands you would hear on the radio or get to go to an arena and see them rock out. But my favorite kind of music when I was a kid in the 80s was pop music. it was popular. It meant like everyone kind of listened to it. It was on the radio all the time. What came out of it was a whole movement in music where you had pop stars, where suddenly the people that were singing the pop music became like a big deal, and it was very exciting to watch what they would do artistically and the clothes they would wear and the videos they would make, because videos started coming out on TV and you could see like music videos, not just listen to music, but you could see what they would do. They'd make little movies to it. In the 80s, we had the Queen of Pop, which is Madonna, which I was a huge fan of. Then you also had like Michael Jackson and all his hit music. And then you also had like Prince. And Michael Jackson, by the way, is also called the King of Pop. So he was the king and Madonna was the queen in the 80s. Something that was a little different with their music too is the synthesizers became something that people started using a lot in music, and it became a little more electronic. It wasn't just guitar, drums, keyboard. It was, making different sounds with like drum machines and stuff like that. One of the other really cool things about 80s pop music is that it was the first time that bands featured all women. The Bangles, the Go-Go's, these were the first time that women were on stage all together as a band, as a unit, playing electric guitar, keyboard, singing, doing the whole thing. It was pretty awesome. So that's your little history lesson on the 80s. I love the 80s. If you ever want to listen to 80s music with me, I would love to do it with you, but I might start singing along. I'll see you guys soon.
Hey guys, today we're gonna talk about how we practice. It's so important to practice our song because the more we practice, the more confident we are. And the more confident we are, the more fun we can have playing our music. All right, so the easiest and best way to practice is to listen. Listen to your song every chance you get. Ask your mommies and your daddies to play the song in the car or at home. Turn it on and dance around the living room to it, or just sit and listen. Just any time that you remember to listen. We want to pay special attention to the part that we're going to be playing. If I'm playing the guitar, I want to try and listen in really close to what the guitar is doing. If I'm playing the keys, I want to listen to what the keys are doing. Same for the drums. If I'm playing the drums, I want to listen to the beat and what the drummer is doing. If I'm singing, I want to listen to the lyrics and to what the singer is doing. Another way to practice is to listen to other music and pay special attention to the beat. The more that we listen to music, the better we're going to be at making our own music. Also, we have attached the lead sheet, and the lead sheet is the place where you're going to find the notes written out and the lyrics. So that's a great way to get more familiar with our song. Take a look at the lead sheet and see what the lyrics say, and look at the notes and find the notes on the keyboard or on your guitar. It's really important to listen. Take a look at your lead sheets. You guys can do this. That's how you practice. It's gonna be great.
Hey kid rowers, are you ready for the word of the day? Because it's time for the vocab word of the day. The vocab word of the day is tempo. What's tempo, you ask? I'm glad you asked. Tempo is the speed of the song. And what goes hand in hand with the speed of the song, which is how fast it is or how slow, and the rhythm is the beat of the song. Once you know the tempo and the speed, you can know what the rhythm is and how to keep the beat. For example, when you first get counted into a song and the drummer says, and a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're giving you what the tempo is going to be. And then you know to play to that speed. Now, if they're like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know it's a slower tempo. Here's an example of tempo. Dun, dun, dun. Another one bites the dust. Dun, 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 dun. Another one bites the dust. And so the rhythm is in there, and it's going to the speed of the song. Now let's speed it up a little bit. Another one bites dust. Another one bites dust. That is what tempo is. It's the speed of the song. How fast or how slow. Okay, on to your next lesson.
All right, band. Today we are learning about tempo and rhythm and we're learning about the 80s. One of the best bands of the 80s was a band called The Clash. They have an awesome song called Should I Stay or Should I Go? It has 2 different tempos in it. It has regular time and then it's got double time. Who can take a guess? What is double time? It's when you play twice as fast and you have twice as much fun. So watch me on this one. Make sure you have your percussion and your drumsticks out. And when I go, all right, get ready for double time, you're going to want to go from dun da dun 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 dun. All right, here we go. Let's shred. I got one question. Should I stay or should I go? Hit it, Jana Banana.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Darling, you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go? If you say that you are mine, I'll be here till the end of time. But you gotta let me know. Should I stay or should I go? It's always tease, tease, tease. Shake it, shake it, shake. You're happy when I'm on my knees. One day it's fine, the next it's black. So if you want me off your back, come on and let me know. Should I stay or should I go? Here's double time. Should I stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now? If I go there will be trouble. If I stay there will be trouble. Well, come on and let me know. Back to regular time. This indecision's bugging me. If you don't want me, set me free. Exactly whom I'm supposed to be. Don't know which clothes even fit me. Come on and let me know. Should I commit or should I blow? Let me hear your rhythms now. Woo! Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake. Yeah, yeah. All right, get ready. We're going back to double time, twice as fast. Get ready, here we go. Should I stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now? If I go, there will be trouble. If I stay, there will be trouble. Well, come on and let me know. Here we go. Should I stay or should I go?
Alright, you guys, let's do a quick recap on this instrument, the guitar. The guitar has these guys right here called strings, and there are 6 strings. Let's count them together, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And each string has their own name, and those names are E, A, D, G, B, E. And here at Kid Row, we have a way of remembering that, and that is Eddie, 8, Dynamite, Good, Bye, Eddie. And now these guys right over here, these guys are called frets. Now remember, when you press down in this space here on the fret, then the pitch of the string changes. So, if I plug it over here, the pitch sounds different over here. And over here, and over here, and over here, 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 here. Nice. Now, my next question is, does anyone remember if this is an acoustic or an electric guitar? This here is an acoustic guitar. It's an acoustic guitar because it doesn't need any wires or electricity to help it make sound. Now with an electric guitar, you would need a wire attached to it and connected to an amplifier to help it project sound. One more time, guys, can you say guitar? Nice job! Well, now that you got a quick refresher on the guitar, let's move on to your instrument for this week.
What we're learning about today is the drum set. The drum set's one of my favorite instruments. It's actually one of the first instruments ever created. The first instrument was the vocals because back at the beginning of time, everyone was just singing and talking and coming up with rhythms. And then the second thing they were doing was banging on stuff, making sound, percussion. So you're literally playing the first instrument ever created when you're playing the drums. Very cool. The drum set that we're playing here is what you play in rock and roll, what you play in pop music, and it consists of all these different drums. It's not just one thing like a guitar is a guitar, but on the drums you have all these different drums that make a drum set. One of my favorite drums is this one over here called the kick drum. Can you guys say kick drum? The kick drum's great because you kick it, dog. Another drum that I love is the snare drum. The snare drum sounds real bright. It sounds a lot different than the kick drum, right? Cool thing with the snare drum is that it has these snares underneath it. The sound goes through the drum and it hits against these. And that's what makes it sound real rattly and bright sounding. Can you guys say, snare drum? All right, we got the kick. We got the snare. The next thing up are these two puppies here. These are called the toms. Can you say tom? All right. This one sits on the floor. So guess what you call this one to distinguish it? You call it the floor tom. This one here, you see how it's sitting on this rack here? They call it the rack tom. Can you say rack tom? What do you think the difference is between these two? Kind of sounds like King Kong walking. This one on the ground here is lower. This one up here on the rack is higher. Now, we've got the kick drum, we got the snare drum, we got the floor tom, we got the rack tom. What are these things called? They're called the cymbals. First up over here is called the hi-hat. It's also the name of the club you're going to be playing your rock and roll show at. They named their club after a cymbal. So can you guys say hi-hat? The hi-hat's the tightest sounding of all the cymbals. Next up, we have the crash. The crash cymbal sounds like they use it a lot in rock and roll. Next up over here, we have the ride. Can you guys say ride? And this one, you're kind of cruising. It's more open sounding. All together, we got the kick drum, the snare drum, the floor tom, the rack tom, the hi-hat, the crash, and the ride. Let's go. Love the drum set. We all do. Today, band, we're going to be learning 4 different ways to play the drum beat to your song. We're going to start with the simplest way, which is fine, you got to start somewhere, and then we're going to build up to the most complex way to play your beats. So all throughout this week, you can take your time, rewatch the video, and learn all these different beats. So it's okay if you don't have drums at home. If you got spatulas and pots and pans or shakers, whatever, you got hands, you got feet, we're going to drum, all right? The first beat we're going to do is alternate between our floor tom and our snare drum. If you don't have drumsticks at home, we're going to alternate right, left, all right? Follow along with me. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, left, left. There you go. One of the most important things when you're drumming, if not the most important thing, is to stay steady, teddy, which means you're keeping it the same every time through the rhythm. The same tempo. That's beat number 1. Your second beat is a little bit trickier. What you're going to do is, as opposed to just alternating between right, left, now you're going to play the floor tom, you're right, on all 4 beats. Okay? So it's going to go. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it going. Are you getting the hang of it? I think so. The next beat we are gonna learn a little bit up a level is you gotta get your foot involved. If you have drums at home, this is the time to add the kick drum. If you don't have drums at home, all you gotta do is stomp on the ground real hard, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to match your floor tom and your bass drum, kick drum together and then alternate the snare. You ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you kicking and using your right hand at the same time? All right. It's kind of like you're doing this when you're playing, you know? You're using all your limbs at the same time. That's what makes it so fun. It's a really physical instrument. The last beat you're gonna do is you're gonna do the kick drum, the snare drum, and the hi-hat. How you do that is you're gonna hi-hat on all 4 beats, and you're gonna kick and snare alternate. So watch me, and then follow along. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you getting it? I know, it's a lot. This is the upper level of the drum beat. Now picture your song, and you're playing along. And then, you know what? If you want to get wild, double up on the hi-hat, which means playing 2 hi-hats for every beat. This is like next level drummer stuff. You ready? Let's try it. Here we go. For 16 notes. The drums. I love it, you love it, we all love it. Have fun this week. Drive your parents crazy.
Hey guys, we are gonna do a quick recap of the keyboard. We've got our A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And then you start right back over at A. So, right in the middle, there's a pair of 2 black keys, and right next to that is our middle C. So let's find our middle C, and then we go C, D, E, F, G, and then head all the way back to A, B, and C. When we're playing our keys, we can play 1 note at a time, or we can play 2 or 3, which makes a chord. All right, guys, that's the keyboard.
All right, so we are ready, Freddie. And this is Sheena is a Punk Rocker. Can you guys all count in with me? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Speed of the song. What I need you to do is reach through the screen, turn up the dial, turn it up faster, a little faster.
Now we're gonna do a little stage presence recap. Do you guys remember what stage presence is? Raise your hand if you do. Yes, you over there. Totally, exactly. It's how you present yourself on stage. It's not little presents that you open. So the way you present yourself on stage is with your body language, which is how you move your body and how you express yourself through your body. Your facial expressions, what you do with your face, like or woo, or anything that you want to do, you want to overdo it because people in the way back have to be able to see you. That's the stage presence part. But now, if you're singing, you want to make sure the microphone's up to your mouth, but you don't eat it. And you don't have it out here because then we can't hear you. And you don't hold it down here because then we can't hear you either. It goes through the top. And if you have like a musical instrument like a guitar or you're at the keys, you want to be really rocking out and moving your body around and looking at the audience and everything like that. If you're the singer, you're going to be pointing, you're going to be fist pumping, you're going to be kicking your feet, whatever you want to do. The most important part of stage presence, have fun. If you're having fun on stage and having the best time of your life with your friends and your bandmates, you want to just be having so much fun that it doesn't matter if you remember your notes perfectly or you remember the words/lyrics perfectly. You just want to be having the best time of your life. And that is stage presence.
Hey Justin,
Hey Jana,
do you have the beat?
I got the beat. Do you got the beat?
I think I got the beat.
What is the beat? Do you guys know? The beat is the rhythm of the song. This next song is called
We got the beat. You ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. See the people walking down the street, while the line is watching all the feet. They don't know where they wanna go, but they're walking in the time. They got the beat, they got the beat, they got the beat. Yeah, they got the beat. See the kids are getting out of school. They can't wait to hang out and be cool. Hang around till 12:15. It's running on the line. They got the beat, they got the beat, they got the beat. Yeah, they got the beat. Go-go music really makes us dance. When the pony puts us in a trance. Do the right thing, just give us a chance. It's running on the line. They got the beat, they got the beat, they got the beat. Yeah, they got the beat.
We got the beat.
We got the,
We got the beat.
we got the,
We got the beat.
we got the.
We got everybody get on your feet. You know you can dance to the beat. Jump down, get down, round and round and round.
We got the beat. We got the beat. We got the.
Hey, Ready, Freddy, are you ready to rock? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Who came to rock today? Rock today, rock today. Who came to rock today? We all came to rock. Who came to rock today? Rock today, rock today. Who came to rock today? Ready, Freddy came to rock. Who came to rock today? Rock today, rock today. Who came to rock today? Astrid came to rock. Who came to rock today? Rock today, rock today. Who came to rock today? Calvin came to rock. Who came to rock today? Rock today, rock today. Who came to rock today? Desmond came to rock. Who came to rock today? Rock today, rock today. Who came to rock today? Ezra came to rock. Who came to rock today? Rock today, rock today. Who came to rock today? Harrison came to rock. Who came to rock today? Rock today, rock today. Who came to rock today? Hendrix came to rock. Who came to rock today, rock today, rock today. Who came to rock today? Maxwell came to rock. Who came to rock today, rock today, rock today. Who came to rock today? Peter came to rock. Who came to rock today, rock today, rock today. Who came to rock today? Vera came to rock. Who came to rock today? Rock today, rock today. Who came to rock today? Freddy came to rock. Who came to rock today? Rock today, rock today. Who came to rock today? We all came to rock.
Hey dudes and dudettes, it's your boy Bear. I had so much fun rocking out with you today. Now, it's time to design a Kid Row drum kit. First, you're going to want to draw your band logo on the head of the bass drum. Second, you're going to want to draw yourself rocking out behind the drums. And third, and most importantly, have fun and get creative. Don't forget to join us this Friday on Instagram Live. We'll be having an 80s dance party hosted by yours truly, DJ Ian Sloan. All right, we'll see you next week for 90s week. Have fun and rock and roll.